Welcome to Taste Reviews Drink Edition. I'm your host, Derek Silver, and we back for another one. A familiar one, but new one. This is Uncle Nearest Tennessee Whiskey. Now, I've had Uncle Nearest on this show before. I can't remember which one it was. This is one of the earlier episodes. But I've had a few of Uncle Nearest's whiskeys. I've had their 1856 premium aged whiskey. I've had their 1884 small batch whiskey, and I've had their straight rye whiskey, bottles at least. I've tasted their single barrel whiskey before when I went down to the actual distillery and it was part of the tour where they gave you samples. So I have tasted the single barrel whiskey before. I don't remember too much about it um, because I was just so excited to be at the distillery. But I've pretty much had every one of their signature brands. They do make special blends sometimes, and I haven't been able to taste none of those. But I've had pretty much all of their signature blends. Now, this Nearest Green Tennessee whiskey is one of their newest ones to their signature line, and is very inexpensive. You can get it on their website for $30. I got this at the liquor store for $20. So let me give a brief description from what they have on their website. It's not that much. This is one of the negatives that I have with Uncle Nearest. They don't really give you a lot of descriptions for each and every one of their whiskeys, and they don't have tasting notes on their website. And that's like one of the bad things. The only bad thing that I really have to say about Uncle Nearest. I mean, they have a beautiful story. They give you a lot of information and stuff on their website, but they don't really give you too much specific information on their whiskeys, particularly tasting notes. Y'all know I love reading the tasting notes. Just getting the idea of what I'm, getting ready to taste, what type of flavors to look out for and stuff like that. But it's all good. I've been doing this long enough. I know what I can taste. And plus, you can just Google damn near anything and find some tasting notes for it. So I found tasting notes for this. So we'll see how accurate those tasting notes that I found are, you know, how it's going to go. We'll see. Now, for the brief description that they have on their website, it says, discover the exceptional craftsmanship that has crowned Uncle Nearest the most awarded bourbon globally for 6 consecutive years through Nearest Green Tennessee Whiskey, celebrating the godfather of Tennessee whiskey at a more approachable proof. Each bottle crafted by four-time master blender of the year and fifth generation green descendant Victoria Edie Butler, this 84 proof Tennessee whiskey is perfect for sipping neat or mixing into your favorite cocktails. Now, y'all know I always talk about how it doesn't matter the price of a whiskey that's going to determine how good it is, because I've had plenty of inexpensive bottles of whiskey on this show that were way better than the expensive ones. So I'm not hesitant at all about what I'm about to get into. And plus, Nearest Green already has a reputation for having good whiskey. So we're going to open this bottle up in a second. Um, I'm going to see if I can pull up those tasting notes that I found for this particular bottle. And okay, let me see. Let me see if I can find it again. I actually had it. Now I don't have it no more. I lost it. It done gone somewhere. But we're going to rock anyway. And we're going to get right to it. So let me just get right to it. Open up the bottle. Let's not even worry about them tasting notes. So the bottle, it's a nice bottle. It's definitely a different uh, design from their regular bottles that they have out. Got the pour here finally. So I got my Nearest Green Tennessee whiskey that I'm about to pour into my Uncle Nearest nosing glass that I got from the distillery. There we go. Nice little pour. Already I'm getting some caramel flavor. I'm getting a little spice. I'm getting some vanilla. Almost a leathery scent as well. I smell leather. Smells really good. It's really inviting. A little sweetness to it. I smell a little sweetness. So let's look at that in the light. It has some oil to it. It looks really, really oily. Nice color. Nice bronze color to it. Looks really good. Now let's stir, sniff once again, and sip. On the front end, I'm getting some spice, peppery notes, not too strong. Is really smooth. I'm getting some caramel flavors, getting a little vanilla, um, a little leather taste to it. Not bad at all though. It's not it the nose leather is much stronger than the actual palate leather. You get more of the spice on the front end. On the back end, I'll give it a medium long finish. Gives you a nice warm feeling. It tastes like a classic whiskey. Classic whiskey. Um, Not overwhelming, real smooth, has that sweetness to it as well as spice. Overall, I'm liking it so far. Neat. A little a little wood taste to it. Not too strong. Tastes really good. Neat. I can definitely drink this neat. It's only 84 proof, 42% alcohol. So it's not too strong, not too overwhelming. Definitely has a smooth taste to it, even with that spice on the front end. So we're gonna move along with the glass with a splash of water. We're gonna stir, sniff. I'm getting that caramel scent is coming out even more with the splash of water. Getting that sweetness. I don't really smell the leather as much. Don't really smell the spice. I'm almost getting like a cinnamon scent from it as well. Smells really good right now with this splash of water. Smell real good. Now sip. On the front end, I'm still getting that spice, but it's much milder. I'm getting some nutmeg now. I'm tasting nutmeg. It tastes real creamy now. With that splash of water, it's much more creamier. That nutmeg, that caramel, that spice, a little vanilla. The finish now is much shorter. It is not as warm, but it tastes really good. It tastes is really good with the splash of water. Really creamy. So I'm gonna get this glass together on the rocks, the end of the show glass as well. And one thing about doing this show, doing the tastings, I washed my hands a couple of times and I was about to put lotion on my hands and I had to stop myself because putting that lotion was going to mess my whole nose up and my palate up and everything. So my hands is ashy right now, but I was like, I'm not gonna make that mistake again because one of the earlier episodes, I washed my hands before I recorded, and that lotion just messed the whole show up. But I I played it off real well. I was still able to smell stuff, but that lotion scent kind of just threw it off a little bit. I really had to concentrate to get that smell down. Now let me check to see if these yeah, so that's definitely something I was tasting as well. That oak, I definitely taste like a woods, had a woods, excuse me, flavor to it. It says the excuse me, burp number two, burp number three. It says the expression Nurse Green Tennessee whiskey has notes of honey, mint, cotton candy, and a touch of oak on the nose. The palate features nutmeg, cinnamon spice, honey, and vanilla. The finish is medium in length and warmth with notes of oak, cinnamon, and caramel. See, I was on point. I knew I taste that cinnamon. That cinnamon was just tasting real good. It was like on the middle of the palate, but that nutmeg, it just had like this creamy flavor to it. And it's right on the front end of the palate. And of course, that vanilla. I didn't really taste the honey. I taste more caramel. And it could be a mixture because I know a lot of times honey and caramel can get confused when you're tasting like wines and whiskeys and stuff like that. But I definitely taste that sweetness. So they say honey, but I'm tasting more of a caramel flavor. But that nutmeg stands out. So let me finish this glass off. Yeah, with a splash of water, this will be perfect for a first time whiskey drinker or someone who drinks it from time to time and is still considered a beginner and likes just to have whiskey. You can just get a glass of this Tennessee whiskey right here, splash of water in there, and you good to go. The flavors um, taste even more amazing with the splash of water. Like neat was still good, but with that splash of water, it just opened it all up. Now, let me cleanse my palate real quick before I get to the glass on the rocks. Stir, sniff, and right now it smells. This is one of the best smelling whiskeys I've had. I'll put this like in the top three of best smelling whiskeys I've ever had. It smells amazing, like that oak scent with the vanilla, and I'm smelling that caramel. I'm smelling that sweetness. It just smells amazing. It smells really good. On the rocks, I'm getting more of that oaky flavor on the rocks. It even though the nose is a lot of sweetness coming from it, I don't get that same intensity of sweetness on the palate. It still has sweetness to it, but that oak flavor is coming out really strong now. And it's not a bad thing. Um, it just depends on your palate. Like, I don't mind any of these flavors. Like, I don't mind the oak flavor. I don't mind the sweetness. I tend to gravitate to more of the blending, the blended flavors of the oak, the sweetness, vanilla, caramel. I like those flavors really well. Now this one right here on the rocks, you get more of that oak. It's still sweet. It's smooth. It's not as creamy as it was with the splash of water, but the spice is still really mellow with the ice. You don't get a lot of spice. You get more oak. You get a little sweetness, and um, the finish is really short. You don't get no warmth from it, but it's still good. It still tastes good. Yeah, from drinking it neat and with the splash of water, you were still getting that spice on the front end. Neat, of course, it was much more prevalent. Splash of water, it was milder. Now on the rocks, you don't taste the spice at all, but you taste more of the oak. You taste a little sweetness. You still tasting that that caramel or that honey, that sweetness, and you getting that vanilla, and it's just much more smoother. So for Nearest Green Tennessee whiskey, for the price point, this is a great whiskey. Like you can, like they said in the description, you can drink it neat or you can make it with cocktails. This would be a perfect one for cocktails, old fashions, as well as um, just drinking it neat, especially for a variety of different types of old fashions. This Tennessee whiskey would be great for it. Now, out of 5 tastes, I would give this one right here a 3.8. I'm almost want to give it a 4 just for the price point it is. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this Nearest Green Tennessee whiskey a 4 out of 5 tastes based off of the flavor profiles, the tasting notes, and the price point. Like this, I got this for $20. And even buying this for $30, this is an amazing whiskey to have. And for somebody who is always in the gym and working out and stuff like that, Uncle Nearest, they know sugar free, additive free, gluten free. So this is amazing. This is an amazing whiskey to get for only $30. And like I said, I got it for 20. So Nearest Green Tennessee whiskey, it gets my stamp of approval. I give it 4 out of 5 tastes. Make sure you check it out. I mean, you can't go wrong with this one right here. Like, it's getting warmer, summer. You can just pick this one up right here, take it to any event, make cocktails out of it. Old fashions, not that hard to make, or you can just have it neat. So, shout out to Nearest Green, Uncle Nearest. I'm looking forward to getting back down there to the distillery sooner than later. And make sure you drink responsibly. I'm your host, Derek Silver, and this has been another episode of Taste Reviews Drink Edition. Make sure you drink responsibly.